All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about the future of OnlyFans and OnlyFans management. It's going to be the most raw type of YouTube video you can see here in my garage with Tesla, smoking a little cigar. All right, so first to give you a little background on why I am qualified to tell you about the future of OnlyFans management. I've been in the space since 2021, so I've essentially been in the space since the beginning of OnlyFans management. I think it started around 2020, and I have one of the top agencies out there in the United States today, if not the world. We have 15 plus creators on our team. Agency does over $200,000 a month in sales, and I've seen many people come and go from this industry, but we've been around and seen what really works, and we're in a position now to scale up to $1 million a month or even $10 million a month. The other reason why I'm qualified to talk about this is because before OnlyFans management and agencies were a thing, I still worked in agency space, but it was for e-commerce. Now, I didn't have my own business, but I was working for other agencies, one of the main ones being what is now called Tenuity today. Back in the day when I worked there, it was called CPC Strategy. And if you look up Tenuity, you'll notice that they are now the largest privately owned agency in the United States in terms of like digital marketing and advertising and e-commerce and things like that. Okay, so I know what it's like as an employee to see an agency go from, I think I was employee like 89 or 80. Don't quote me on that. I can't really remember. And I was with them until they became like a 200-person agency as CPC Strategy. And then eventually they merged with a bunch of other agencies to create Tenuity. And now they have thousands and thousands of employees on their team. Okay, so I lived through that whole experience and I understand what the agency world is like in a more developed agency space like the e-commerce space and where that ended up going. And I see a lot of similarities in that industry, although they're about 10 years ahead of us to the OnlyFans agency space. So OnlyFans agencies are still in their infancy, right? I would say we're down maybe year 5, year 6, if you really want to push it in terms of where OnlyFans agencies are in their development. In the beginning, it was just some websites, you could run some ads or whatever, and there wouldn't be a ton of agency pages out there. Having an OnlyFans agency in like 2021, 2022 was kind of like a new thing, and you were really seen as like a forward thinker and like really ahead of the curve in terms of being in the space at the time. Now we're in a situation in 2024 and 2025 where there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of agencies out there with agency pages trying to recruit models, and it's really become a space where there is a ton of competition, but not a ton of winners yet. In these OnlyFans agency group chats that I'm in, you can see there are some agencies that have been around for a while and there are a lot of winners, but then there's also like 90% of the agencies basically do nothing, right? They're just like trying to get their business off the ground, trying to get their first clients or whatever. What's going to happen over the next few years is the top dogs, the big agencies like the one that I run, are going to continue to grow and continue to eat up market share. We're going to continue to sign creators or blow up creators so that they're going to be very large, and you'll see more and more large creators enter the space like a Sophie Rain or a Bonnie Blue or whatever. And you'll see more of these like cornerstone creators develop in the space as agencies with that model just push all their resources and blowing up one model, or you'll see the other agencies where they have more of a volume approach and they sign a bunch of models, right? Two types of agencies, both of them will continue to eat up market share. Eventually having a huge OnlyFans model won't really be that surprising of a thing anymore. Of course, there'll be more that pop up, but overall it won't be very surprising to see huge OnlyFans models in the space anymore. There'll just be some cornerstone brands that everyone is aware of, and those brands will continue to grow, similar to how NFL or EPL brands or whatever sports you're into, like eventually there's just like a top 20 or so that really dominate market space and mind share. And then the other approach, which is the volume approach, agencies will start to sign all their creators, and all the creators will know which ones are the top agencies. They'll start to develop an understanding over the next few years, like what are the top agencies in the space to sign with. Even if I don't aspire to be a world famous global brand, there will be about like 5 to 10 agencies maybe in the United States or in the world that everybody will understand like these are the agencies that you go to if you want to be an OnlyFans creator and really make a career out of it. Okay, so how we're going to get to that point is all the agencies that are winning now will begin to combine together by either acquiring each other and having agency owners who want to leave the space be able to leave the space, or they will combine their efforts and really form one agency together to create more of a conglomerate approach to OnlyFans agencies. So what does that mean for you as somebody who's starting out or who has an agency right now. One, of course, you need to grow your agency as fast as possible and make sure that you are making as much money as possible. Everybody knows this. But also you need to start forming key relationships with people in the space. With my experience with CPC strategy, I can tell you that we were signing some of the top brands in the e-commerce space for Google ads and Facebook ads. And what that agency decided to do at that time was they went ahead and combined with another agency that was really good at email marketing for e-commerce. And then they combined with another agency that was really good at like TV advertising for e-commerce. So basically what happened is like overnight, 5 or 6 agencies that were like all fairly large and dominant in their specific categories combined together to create a 1,000 employee plus agency. And then they became one of the pillars of e-commerce, advertising, digital marketing, blah, 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 blah. So I believe the same thing will happen with OnlyFans management agencies. You see out there right now, there's some agencies that are really good at having like a funnel in terms of like recruiting models and getting them on board and signing. And I think a lot of them sell them on marketplaces now. Eventually, I believe that will potentially fade out. Maybe not, because there's always going to be demand for that. But some agency like that would potentially combine with an agency that is like really good at social media marketing, right? And they'll just combine their resources together and work together as a team. And then maybe there'll be another agency that is like really good at dating apps or Reddit or whatever, right? And then they'll combine together, and then those 3 agencies will pool their resources together. And then maybe there'll be another agency that has like a huge network of affiliates or sites or whatever that they use to promote models. And right now, maybe their main business is just doing affiliate marketing for other models. But by combining with those other agencies, they'll be less incentivized to promote other models because now they're working with this recruitment agency that has all these models on deck. They can just promote their own models and make their own money, right? So overall, I think that is the direction that we're heading, is that agencies that win, they will rise to the top, and then they will begin to combine together to create mega agencies. And then essentially mega agencies will go out and buy the agencies beneath them. So if any other competitors pop up, those competitors will get swallowed up by the major agencies. And then you'll find in the space at the end of the day, there'll be like 5 to 10 big players in the space, and then a bunch of smaller ones that continue to come up and then get acquired. Very similar to banking. Well, banking is like super mature, right? Because banking's been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. There's really like maybe major banks, maybe you could say 3 to 5. And then there's a bunch of local banks that pop up like credit unions or whatever. And eventually those get acquired by big bank, right? Big bank take little bank. Everybody knows that phrase. So OnlyFans agencies overall, they still have a long way to go before we get to that point. But that's the direction we're heading. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, you'll start to see some cornerstone agencies pop up. Those cornerstone agencies will compete over the next 10 to 20 years to become big bank, so to speak. And then these smaller agencies, their main goal will be to have some kind of market advantage, whether it's like getting creators locally or that they'll be really good at like one specific thing in online marketing. And their ultimate goal will be to be acquired by these larger cornerstone agencies that we've talked about in this video. So that, I believe, is the future of OnlyFans management and OnlyFans agencies. If you're in this space right now and you're thinking just really short term, because that's what I've found speaking with a lot of agency owners, is that they think somewhat short term. They're just thinking about today, and they're thinking about how much cash flow they can generate each month. Start thinking about the future and start thinking about where this business is actually heading and what the future of this space is. And it will help you build a better business, I believe. And if you build with the future in mind and you understand the direction that the space is heading, and then you understand the direction of where you want your business to go, ultimately long term, you'll set yourself up for the ability to have an exit and to be able to make more money over the long term. All right. So that'll do it for this video. Hope you guys got some value from this. Please drop some comments in the video if you think that there's anything I missed, or if you have any thoughts or ideas on what the future of OnlyFans management is. All right. Cheers.